Good morning, folks. Ever since we moved the 16-inch Axelson out of its spot right here, I've needed to do something with this crane. In fact, I was going to move it on to the other side of the shop for where the 20-inch is now to service it, but things change. Now that I think I'm going to be able to save the Louisiana rusted out hunk of a lathe, it's going to need a crane too. And this one's perfect for it because that's what I built it for, the other 16. So today my friend Don's coming over and we're going to build two of these. One for the 20 here and then one to take over to his shop for the 16 that we moved over there. This is not my design. I stole it off the internet like seems everybody's doing nowadays. This has a base down here that has a trailer ball inside. And today we're going to make the ball cup for that. And up at the top it pivots on a insert that just fits inside there. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Take another 100 off. It should be pretty close. All we want right there. 90% of running a lathe or any machine tool is figuring out how you're going to set it up to make it work. Leaving yourself enough stock.
It's like chess, right? You got to think two or three times.
Think ahead. So I've got to make 4 pieces out of this piece of material. We're going to cut this piece off right there, and that'll be the base, the top piece for one. We're going to cut it off at this part right there, and that'll be the top piece for the other. Now we need the bottom pieces that are 3 inches long to fit that ball up inside. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue this cut down far enough
where you make the shoulder, right?
To make the shoulder, and then we will cut it there, turn it around and face it off, and then I'll have the piece that's in the chuck to make the next one. So these are one-off pieces. You know, if we were doing this for production or I was getting paid to do this, it would be a different story, because time's money. Right now we're going to go back in there and touch off to that and then continue this on up. I'm going to mark. Okay, we're going to make these top pieces 3 inches so they'll go in, and then you can have some way to adjust them by pulling them up to the top plate. I'll explain all that later. So this is the diameter. We're going to continue this cut to here to make that one to the diameter, but then we're going to continue it on up to here and then make this the outer diameter of the pipe. And once I make that the outer diameter of the pipe, I can then flip this around in the chuck and grab hold of this surface and bring it, the other end, down to this.
In reverse.
Yeah. So leave yourself ways to grab things. We're cooking along. All right. Whoa! That may or may not make it onto this film. Let's try that again.
The valve must be leaking or it wouldn't have done that, right?
No. It was that dadgum stupid operator that reached over and turned the valve on full on while it was off. I took it off, removed the tool the first time, I reset the dial to 0, so I don't have to touch off again, I know it's there. And so that was taking a nice breaking cut of the chip, it wasn't going everywhere. So we're going to keep continuing that. I got to go to that mark there. Pulling a pretty good chip there. It's about 200,000. Pardon me.
Even with that coolant fluid going on in it, look at that.
And another little tip. Don't pick up blue pretty colored chips. They're hot. This was a lighter cut over here, and that was a heavier cut. When you take the heavier cut with a carbide, you get a more polished surface, nicer finish. I mean, it feels good, it just looks kind of... I'm going to go meet with the tool salesman and take all of the assorted inserts and things that I have and find the proper ones. Technology changes. I want something decent.
Sure.
Okay.
You need that high-speed range too sometimes, carbide. Your higher gear. We need to fix that.
Well, we'll be doing that soon. We're going to turn this around and see how it works on the other side. There we go. Didn't really notice it, but that's a bison jaw on a bison chuck, 16-inch 3-jaw. Well, Don's been out sawing on pieces for me. Took that long piece and we're busting it up into each individual segment now. This is going to be one that we bore out for the trailer hitch ball. I turned it around and I'm going to drill a 2-inch hole in there. Cut me off one of the blanks that I did the outer diameter on, and now I'm getting ready to bore a 2-inch hole in there for the trailer ball to fit up in there. Love Axelson's. They have a 2-speed gear tailpiece. Couple of inches. Alright. This is, we don't have any dial indicator except for this. We're not even up to it yet. 2-speed. I've got it pulled out, that's low speed. So you turn easy and it goes just a little.
I'll turn it, you tell me when to stop.
Okay. the bigger they get, the worse they are.
I bet. Too much?
You know, I think it is. I don't like that. It's good for the clearance, and I think it needs a little bit better
Cap.
capture. Yeah. Keep it from going and shaking too much. So, we need to go on a hunt for a 2-inch drill bit.
Either that or cut a bushing.
No. We're going to cut a 2-inch drill bit. Or get an 1 7/8 ball. Changing directions here. Seems I don't happen to have a 7/8 inch, excuse me, a 2-inch drill bit, so we're going to drill it for 1 7/8 and just change these out for 1 7/8 instead of 2-inch. Like the scale is missing off of this. So I'm going to just put a mark there, and we need to go a 1/4 inch deeper.
Did I ask you this? You know the answer going to be ignore the tape measure?
Hey.
Ah, you had it. I'm impressed. Let's see. 1/2 inch is the sheetrock. That's the bottom of the plate. And that's the gap in the plate. So I want to go 1 1/8 down. That'll get me right in the middle.
If you put this right here, like that, that'll tell you where your plate goes to.
This is the top, right?
Right.
I was going the wrong way.
But you got 1/2 inch
Yep.
sheetrock here.
And it goes right here. But then, that's where the
That's
gap
the crack
is.
is.
So anywhere right here, right?
Yep.
So about right there. And what is that? It's about 1 inch and 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Which, I can do it easier from here. It's 2 1/4. 2 1/8. 2 1/8 from the end. So you take one.
I would put
2 1/8 is where it needs to be.
from the bottom.
From here. What size do you think? 1/2 inch?
I would put a 1/2 inch hole in there.
Yeah.
So you can put a 3/8 or
3/8.
bigger. 1 1/4 in, 1.5 in. 1.5 in.
What are these for? Up at the top?
In the ceiling.
Okay. I think I'm going to position it so I can put one into the ceiling joist. The other one will hit the board between them. That will keep it from going this way if the one from the ceiling joist. So you say 1/2 inch so that the hole is bigger than the lag bolt. Okay, you got a center punch?
I got a center punch. There you are, sir.
Oh, you want to be precise, huh?
Well, it just works so much damn easier.
Except the dot is like 1,000,000,000 times smaller than the line.
Well,
but-
then you have a lot of.
So you hit it here?
Okay, you line it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that one out. Put that one in there.
Okay.
Then don't hit your finger.
No, I never do that.
Harder.
You got a good dot.
Okay. That's how that
Soft
works.
steel.
That's how that works.
So can I just swap to this one, or do I have to always swap it back?
Keep one out. Now move over there and just look through that hole and get it close. Now put that in there and look.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I had that for
I've seen somebody have one of those in the internet. Those are cool.
little optic punch that I use. Oh look, the wife brought us fresh homemade cookies. Ooh. They're still hot. I've been using this punch here, in fact that exact one, since I believe at least 1990, and it may have been even a few years before that. Love them.
Thank you, sir. Use this.
Yep.
Love warm cookies. Thought it's good.
I'm lining it up to put the center pivot on. It's not critical. Just put the bevel down so that you can. This. 8, 7 and 8. Half inch in. I'll know where that goes and I can drill some more holes. Now this plate's going to be sticking out in the air, so there's no place to, I don't need any holes here, I just need them back here. all the metal we've got's kind of rusty, but every bit of this we're making from scrap metal I've had laying around for years. Okay, now we're going to mount the ball. It's going to be 5/8 in from there. The center of the ball is going to be 2 1/4 inches.
Cutting oil and cookies. Best flavor in the world.
Till you die.
It's all gonna die anyway.
Not from cutting oil and cookies. It's kind of.
Not like after you're dead, you're gonna be in your grave going, dang, if I wouldn't have just cleaned my hands before I ate those cookies. This is really the easiest way I've ever heard of to fit something on it like this, homemade. You know? The guy that came up with this is pretty much genius.
This is the easiest way I've ever seen. I built mine about 7 or 8 years ago, and I didn't think of this. I stole it off the internet, like about 99.9% of things are done. That's how we learn from people, you know.
Got a 1/2 inch bit?
You gotta.
Yeah.
I find that in my younger days it was easier to invent things that nobody had ever come up with. But my God,
More and more people on the internet, it's hard.
how many billions of people are there on the earth, and how many times can you invent something totally new? And most patents today are by people that are working for big companies that can afford the research.
Although, when they going to close down the patent office like 7 years after it opened, it said that everything had been
Yeah, been done. Okay, you got all these ready.
Yeah, I need a 1/2 inch bit.
Now you need another piece of metal. That's what you need, sir.
Oh, you want me to make some more holes for you?
I want you to make holes. We're going to make holes. We're going to make holes.
Works for me.
We can be moved out.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Okay. We're going to production line this. We're not going to do one-offs. Watching me eat. Down here's where the action was. This is the floor. This is up against the wall. And this sits here. This is welded to this. This goes inside the pipe. And the pipe can rotate it on that. Now let me explain something. Basically, I'm just centering this ball on this plate, and the center of the ball needs to be the center of this insert that goes inside the pipe. So when you put this up against the wall, this point and this point will be directly over each other. And that's all there is to it. We're going to zap these things together. The mounting brackets are finished.